Shifting from a mindset of scarcity to one of abundance is one of the most transformative changes you can make in your life. It's the difference between seeing the world as a place of limited opportunities where success is reserved for the few, and recognizing that there is an abundance of wealth, success, and happiness available to everyone. This mindset shift is not just about thinking positively. It's about understanding that there is plenty for everyone and that opportunity is not a zero-sum game. In fact, when you adopt an abundance mindset, you open the doors to greater possibilities and are more likely to attract the very success you desire. The mindset of scarcity is deeply rooted in fear. Fear of not having enough, fear of missing out, fear of failure. It makes us believe that resources, whether time, money, or opportunities, are limited, and that if someone else succeeds, it means less for us. This belief often leads to competition, jealousy, and an unwillingness to share or collaborate. People with a scarcity mindset tend to focus on what they don't have, what they've lost, or what they're afraid of. They become fixated on their limitations, which only perpetuates a cycle of frustration and lack. On the other hand, an abundance mindset operates from a place of trust. It's the belief that there is more than enough to go around for everyone. With this mindset, you understand that success isn't limited to a few fortunate individuals. It's available to anyone willing to put in the work, think creatively, and embrace opportunities when they arise. When you shift your perspective to abundance, you stop seeing success as something to be competed for and start seeing it as something that can be shared and multiplied. You realize that the achievements of others do not take away from your own potential. They inspire you and show you what's possible. One of the most powerful aspects of adopting an abundance mindset is that it allows you to focus on growth and opportunity rather than scarcity and competition. When you view the world through the lens of abundance, you start to see opportunities everywhere. Whether it's a business idea, a new connection, or a potential project, your mind becomes tuned to possibilities rather than limitations. The abundance mindset shifts your attention from what is lacking to what is present, and this shift is where true growth begins. This shift doesn't just impact your external circumstances. It changes the way you interact with the world and the people around you. People with an abundance mindset are more likely to collaborate, share their knowledge, and help others succeed because they don't see others' success as a threat. In fact, they understand that by helping others achieve their goals, they create a network of like-minded individuals who will help them in return. The abundance mindset fosters cooperation and community, whereas a scarcity mindset often fosters isolation and competition. Another important part of focusing on results is developing a mindset of continuous improvement. When your focus shifts from just effort to results, you begin to see every action as an opportunity to improve. Even if things don't go as planned, you learn from your experiences and apply those lessons to future endeavors. This mindset keeps you from getting discouraged by setbacks and failures. Instead of seeing them as signs that you're not working hard enough, you view them as valuable feedback that will help you achieve better results in the future. You're always looking for ways to refine your approach and make smarter, more effective decisions that will bring you closer to your goal. An essential element of focusing on results is aligning your actions with your vision. It's easy to get sidetracked by distractions or things that seem urgent, but don't contribute to your overall success. When you focus on results, you develop a clear vision of where you want to go and what you want to achieve. This vision becomes your guide, and every decision you make should be aligned with it. If an activity doesn't bring you closer to your goal, it's not worth your time. This clarity allows you to make better decisions, stay focused on what matters most, and ensure that your actions are always moving you toward your desired outcome. Furthermore, focusing on results helps you develop resilience. Success rarely comes easily, and setbacks are inevitable. However, when you focus on the results, you don't get discouraged by obstacles. You understand that challenges are part of the journey, and you see them as opportunities to improve and grow. With a results-oriented mindset, you stay motivated because you keep your eyes on the prize, and you know that every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. This resilience is what keeps you moving forward, even when things get tough. Ultimately, focusing on results leads to a greater sense of fulfillment and satisfaction. When you direct your efforts toward achieving specific outcomes, you feel a sense of purpose and accomplishment. Each milestone you reach gives you the motivation to keep going, and each success reinforces your belief in your ability to achieve your goals. As you begin to see tangible results from your efforts, you gain confidence and momentum, which fuels your drive for continued success. This sense of progress is what keeps you engaged and excited about the journey, making consistency easier to maintain over time. In conclusion, shifting from effort to results is a mindset change that can have a profound impact on your success. By focusing on measurable outcomes, aligning your actions with your goals, and continuously improving, you set yourself on a path to achieve meaningful success. Effort is important, but without clear, results-driven actions, it's easy to get lost in busyness without seeing any real progress. By prioritizing results, you maximize your efforts and unlock your true potential for success. Taking internal control over external circumstances is one of the most empowering shifts you can make in your life. When you rely on external factors, such as other people's actions, the economy, or your environment, to dictate your success, you give away your power. External circumstances are beyond your control, and by allowing them to shape your reality, you remain at the mercy of forces that you cannot influence. However, when you take full responsibility for your life and actions, you shift the focus from what happens to you to what you choose to do about it. This mindset shift is transformative because it empowers you to take action, make decisions, and control your own destiny. The first step in taking internal control is recognizing that your circumstances do not define you. While it's true that external factors can influence your life, they do not have the final say in who you are or what you can achieve. Life is unpredictable, and you may face challenges like financial difficulties, personal setbacks, or external pressure from others. But rather than seeing these circumstances as barriers, you begin to view them as temporary situations that you have the ability to overcome. The power lies not in controlling everything around you, but in controlling how you respond to what happens to you. When you accept that you are in charge of your own responses, you also begin to realize that you have the power to change your mindset and actions. Your thoughts, beliefs, and reactions are entirely within your control. If you feel frustrated or defeated by external circumstances, you have the choice to either let those emotions control you or to take a step back, reset, and approach the situation with a calm, solution-oriented mindset. This shift in thinking is vital because it takes you from a position of helplessness to one of empowerment. You stop blaming external factors and start focusing on what you can do to create the outcomes you desire. Taking internal control also means owning your mistakes and learning from them. It's easy to blame others or external circumstances when things don't go according to plan, but true growth happens when you take responsibility for your actions, whether they lead to success or failure. By owning your mistakes, you learn valuable lessons that help you grow and improve. Instead of seeing failure as something that holds you back, you begin to view it as a tool for growth and progress. Each misstep becomes a lesson in resilience, problem solving, and adaptability. This shift in perspective empowers you to take action without fear of failure, knowing that it's not the failure itself, but your response to it that determines your success. Another aspect of taking internal control is setting clear goals and taking proactive steps to achieve them. Rather than waiting for the perfect moment or for circumstances to change, you create a vision for your future and take deliberate action toward making it a reality. This means being intentional with your time, energy, and resources. Instead of letting distractions or setbacks derail you, you take ownership of your decisions and stay focused on your goals. When you take control of your actions, you stop relying on external conditions to motivate you and instead cultivate self-discipline and internal motivation. Internal control also involves managing your emotions and responses to difficult situations. External circumstances often trigger emotional reactions, such as frustration, fear, or anger. These emotions are natural, but when you let them control your actions, you allow external circumstances to dictate your behavior. Taking internal control means recognizing your emotions and choosing how to respond to them. For example, instead of reacting impulsively to a setback or criticism, you pause, assess the situation, and choose a calm, measured response. By managing your emotions, you maintain clarity and focus, allowing you to make decisions that align with your goals rather than reacting based on temporary feelings. Furthermore, internal control means adopting a mindset of self-reliance and independence. It's about recognizing that while help from others is valuable, you are ultimately responsible for your own success. When you rely on others to fix your problems or give you direction, you lose control over your own life. Taking internal control means building the confidence to trust your own abilities, make your own decisions, and take responsibility for the outcome. It's about becoming the leader of your own life rather than waiting for someone else to guide you or solve your problems. Taking internal control is also essential for developing resilience. Life is filled with obstacles, but your ability to bounce back from those obstacles depends on your internal strength. When you rely on external factors to determine your happiness or success, you're vulnerable to disappointment. However, when you take control of your mindset and actions, you become more resilient because you understand that setbacks are not permanent. You have the power to persevere, adjust your course, and keep moving forward. Resilience is built from within, and it's what allows you to stay consistent and focused no matter what life throws your way. In addition, internal control helps you cultivate a growth mindset. When you take responsibility for your progress and growth, you see challenges as opportunities to learn and improve. Rather than feeling discouraged by obstacles, you approach them with curiosity and a desire to grow. Internal control encourages you to continuously seek ways to improve, adapt, and expand your skills and knowledge. This mindset shift is crucial for success because it allows you to continuously evolve and stay on track, even when circumstances change. By taking internal control, you empower yourself to create the life you want. You no longer see yourself as a victim of circumstances, but as an active participant in shaping your own destiny. When you own your thoughts, actions, and responses, you take charge of your success and happiness. This mindset shift is the key to breaking free from external limitations and stepping into a life of limitless potential. Embracing a growth mindset over a fixed mindset is a powerful shift that can transform how you approach challenges and opportunities. It is the fundamental difference between seeing your abilities as something set in stone, unchangeable, and believing that with effort, learning, and persistence, you can develop and improve in any area of your life. The growth mindset encourages you to see obstacles as opportunities to grow rather than as insurmountable barriers. It is a belief that you are capable of learning new skills, overcoming setbacks, and continuously evolving into a better version of yourself. Adopting this mindset is not just about achieving success in the traditional sense, but about cultivating resilience, adaptability, and an ongoing pursuit of personal development. The first aspect of a growth mindset is the belief that your abilities are not fixed. People with a fixed mindset believe that their intelligence, skills, and talents are predetermined and cannot be changed. This belief often leads to a fear of failure, as mistakes are seen as reflections of a person's inherent limitations. A person with a fixed mindset may avoid challenges for fear of failing and confirming their perceived inadequacy. On the other hand, individuals with a growth mindset understand that skills can be developed through dedication, practice, and learning. They believe that failure is not an endpoint, but a stepping stone on the path to mastery. This shift in perspective allows them to embrace challenges, knowing that with persistence, they can improve and succeed. Another key element of a growth mindset is the willingness to embrace failure as part of the learning process. In a fixed mindset, failure is seen as a personal flaw, a sign that one is not cut out for success. In a growth mindset, however, failure is viewed as a natural part of the journey towards success. It's an opportunity to learn, adjust, and try again. When you embrace failure as a lesson, you remove the fear and shame often associated with it. Instead of avoiding difficult tasks or situations where you might fail, you dive in with the understanding that every setback is a chance to grow and refine your abilities. This shift allows you to approach life with a sense of curiosity, eager to experiment and try new things without worrying about making mistakes. A growth mindset also encourages continuous learning and self-improvement. People who believe they can grow are more likely to seek out opportunities to develop their skills. They view challenges as chances to expand their knowledge, learn new techniques, and become better at what they do. Rather than being complacent with their current level of ability, they actively pursue opportunities to grow, whether through formal education, seeking feedback, or engaging in new experiences. This pursuit of growth leads to greater innovation, creativity, and resourcefulness. It fosters a mindset that always seeks to improve, regardless of past successes or failures. This mindset shift also affects how you respond to feedback. Those with a fixed mindset often view constructive criticism as a personal attack, feeling threatened by it. They may become defensive or discouraged, believing that their abilities cannot be improved. On the other hand, individuals with a growth mindset embrace feedback as a valuable tool for improvement. They understand that feedback is not a judgment of their worth, but an opportunity to gain insights into how they can perform better. By seeking out feedback and using it constructively, you accelerate your growth and make more informed decisions in the future. This openness to feedback creates a cycle of continuous improvement and success. A growth mindset also nurtures a love for challenges and a sense of resilience. Rather than avoiding difficult situations, individuals with a growth mindset actively seek them out. They understand that challenges are where growth happens. By confronting and overcoming obstacles, they learn new things about themselves and their capabilities. This fosters resilience, the ability to recover quickly from setbacks. Instead of giving up when things get tough, people with a growth mindset persist, adapt, and evolve. They understand that challenges are not meant to break them, but to strengthen them. And this resilience helps them stay consistent in the pursuit of their goals. Lastly, a growth mindset fosters collaboration and the willingness to learn from others. People with a fixed mindset may feel threatened by others' success, seeing it as something that takes away from their own opportunities. They may resist collaboration because they fear being outshined or exposed for their own shortcomings. However, individuals with a growth mindset understand that learning from others is an essential part of growth. They embrace collaboration, knowing that by working together, they can share ideas, support one another, and improve collectively. This mindset fosters teamwork, networking, and the sharing of knowledge, which can accelerate personal and professional growth. In conclusion, adopting a growth mindset is one of the most powerful shifts you can make to attract success and wealth. It encourages resilience, continuous learning, and a belief in the ability to improve and overcome challenges. When you embrace the idea that your abilities can grow through effort and persistence, you open yourself up to endless possibilities. This mindset allows you to thrive in the face of adversity, learn from failure, and continuously work toward your goals, all while maintaining a sense of curiosity and excitement about the journey. It's the foundation for lasting success and a fulfilling life, both personally and professionally. In conclusion, the mindset shifts we've discussed, embracing abundance, focusing on results, taking internal control, and adopting a growth mindset, are the fundamental changes needed to attract wealth and success into your life. These shifts allow you to move from a place of limitation and uncertainty to one of empowerment and limitless potential. By shifting your thinking, you stop being a passive observer of your circumstances and instead become an active creator of your reality. Whether it's seeing opportunities where others see scarcity, measuring success by results rather than effort, taking responsibility for your own actions, or embracing challenges as opportunities to grow, these mindset shifts lay the foundation for a life of purpose, achievement, and fulfillment. When you adopt these shifts and make them part of your daily thinking, you will not only unlock new possibilities, but will also be better equipped to navigate the challenges that arise along the way. With these powerful mindset shifts, wealth and success will naturally follow as a byproduct of the consistent, focused actions you take each day.